All right, so we're going to look at the solo part of Rock Candy by Montrose. And on this part, once again, we got these things. We got these kind of riffs that we're using that we've talked about before. This song is loaded with the stuff. And so if for some reason you're having trouble with figuring any of those parts out, or there's a segment that you can't quite get, because what I'm showing you how to do is to play along to the song. So once you know these parts, play along to the song, because he does a lot of improv on this. You know, in the verse parts, he's throwing a lot of little things in there. So if there's something you can't figure out, notice the time of the song, the minutes and the second. Send it to me through a message, and then we'll get back to that, because this is a fun song to play, and I want to make sure everybody gets this. But once again, play along to the song many times. There's a lot of great stuff here. Okay, so we're looking at the solo now. Okay, and so the first part of the solo, we're going to just jump right into it. He goes... Okay, that's how he starts it off. So we're going to look at that. When he hits this, he hits the bottom string, and he hits the, he does a little hammer. So, and he goes, so he does a hammer on the 4th string, and then a pull off on the 5th string. He keeps the finger like this, and then he does a little hammer on here. So it's a pull off on the 4th string to the E note. So once again, review that part. And then he does it again. And it's just a little different. Then he goes. And now that's done by doing a weird kind of picking with an upstroke. It's like a false harmonic, but not a total false harmonic. So what he's doing, and Roy, if you want to get a shot in here, and you can see how I got my finger, I'm putting my finger kind of equal with the tip of the pick, and I'm doing this. Okay, so that's how that trick is done. All right, so once again, that second part of that little situation, he goes, and then does this little like, and then he slides up. All right, so let's look at that whole thing now, from the beginning. Okay, so now the next part. And so he does that by going, he hits his bottom string again. He might not hit it twice there, you're gonna have to review that, but. So once again, and so that started off where we got our first finger here on fret 5 on the 5th string, and then we go up to the 4th string, and we end up on our E note here. So once again, and then he goes. Okay, so once again. I did that one wrong. That's correct right there. So just to make sure we got that, first finger is at the 7th fret, 8th fret, 10th fret, 12th fret. Okay, and review. Okay, so he's bending that D note up to the E. Okay, so he ends up like that. So let's look at that now. Okay, now that last part's achieved. He's hitting the root note here on the E, and he's doing this 2-string riff. Strings number 2 and 3. All right, so let's look at that whole thing. All right, so now we're getting into the next part of the solo, where he does this, it's an octave riff, and I call it like a jazz riff. A lot of jazz, you'll hear a lot of jazz guys. you know, stuff like that. It's a jazz thing, but great for rock. Pink Floyd uses it, David Gilmour. Anyway, so it goes like this. And how he does that, it's a B chord without the 5 note. Okay, he's just going right to the octave. And so you use a finger. I'm using my little finger as well as this finger to mute string 4. Okay, so you can't hear. So I'm playing 3 strings, but you can't hear string 4 because it's perfectly muted. I do 2, like for insurance, I got 2 things muting it. I got my little finger touching it, and then I have this finger by going in on an angle like this rather than straight in, and it's stopping it from ringing out. So that way, string 4 cannot be heard. Okay, so it's an octave riff. So we got B, C sharp, D, and then he hits the bottom string, and then to E, F sharp, G. And he doesn't go like he does the first time. He just kind of goes. And this is how this is done. And he goes. And the drums are blah 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 blah. So there it is. There's your solo, and it goes into more of the same that we reviewed in parts 1 and 2. So by reviewing all of these parts, 1, 2, and 3, you have enough information to play along to the song, okay? And so now there's going to be some tricky parts. There's going to be some stuff where he's letting the E string ring out while sliding on the 2nd string, little things like that. Once again, if you don't get this, please email us and give us the time signature of the part of the song that you don't get, and we're going to be glad to put this stuff on because we love Montrose, and so do you. That's why you're watching it. And he was a great guitar player. Unfortunately, he's dead now. And but we got a lot of great albums by him, especially the first 2 with Sammy Hagar, Montrose, and Paper Money. If you don't have those, go buy them now. They're great. Subscribe. We got lots of great stuff coming your way. Don't miss out on a thing by subscribing. Practice. Have a great day.